Hello, this is Tomlin from TomlinHarmonicaLessons.com, and I'm really excited about this week's lesson because I'm going to give you a sneak peek at a guest seminar with the awesome Liam Ward from LearnTheHarmonica.com. So Liam recently did a guest seminar over in Tomlin Harmonica School where he was talking about bringing your solos to life with different textures. And textures are such an exciting thing on the harmonica. It's kind of what makes the harmonica so much more fun than every other instrument. I don't mean that. I love a lot of other instruments. You probably know I'm also a guitarist. I also learn keys. But harmonica, its USP is all the different textures you can get on it. You know, you can play chord. You can play single notes. You can play bends. You can play double stops. You can play warbles. You can play vibrato. You can play tongue slaps. You can play tongue flutters. There's so much stuff that you can do with the instrument. And Liam did a really, really cool introduction to how you can use all these different textures to make your harmonica solos a lot more exciting and interesting. So let's have a little look at his seminar.
Okay, so that's a really good place to move on to our next texture, because the next texture is bends. So I tend to think of bends in a couple of different ways. You've got your melodic bends, and then you've got your inflective bends, okay? Or you could call them textural bends. And this distinction works in the way that if you're building a melody, and that could be a lick, but it doesn't have to be something sweet and melodic. It could be a bluesy lick. And you need a certain note. So I should have said I'm on a C harp. Let's say I want the F note, which happens to be the full tone bend on the two draw. I want that in my lick. So. So that I'm putting that full bend on two draw into the melodic stuff I'm playing. That's a melodic bend. We're kind of not interested in those tonight. They're brilliant, but they're not what we're talking about. A bend in a textural sense is where we bend in and out of a note to give emphasis, give a different feel to the kind of natural note, the unbent note, okay? So scooping into that four draw into the warble is an example of that. And you'll hear it a lot in experienced players again, and they won't always even know that they're doing it. It's kind of a habit, a good habit to get into your playing, that you can kind of do these micro scoops in and out. Sometimes you can do them, you know, really big, but you can do kind of sneaky little moves in and out of notes. And you hear it all the time with two draw, three draw, four draw. They're really kind of good places to put just a little bit in. So in this tune, the three draw is a really nice place to do it. So, or this lick that I'm teaching tonight, rather. So instead of, you're kind of little doir on there. If you combine that with a double stop, it kind of sounds cool again, you know. You can come out of notes and do the same again, you know. I'm just bending at the end of that four draw. Bending out of it, kind of a reverse scoop out of there. That's what I call a textural or kind of sort of inflective bend. And that's another texture we can use. Just quick kind of thing with this, you can add a textural bend to a melodic bend. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, one of the ways that's kind of a nice way to do this is if you take that bend I did on the two draw full step bend, often it's not that often, but sometimes Jason Ritchie does it, Grant Dermody does it, some other players I've heard do it. They'll take that bend and just scoop it up and down again. So they're on the lowest bend and they make it sharp and then they bring it down. So like that. You're going to slow it down. And you're not really going quite up to the semitone bend, the first bend, but you're not staying on that. You're not just going, you kind of, I'm exaggerating it a little bit, but, and similarly, let's say you're playing the 3-draw semitone bend, that kind of blue third. You might come into that flat and then come up to the note. So that sort of thing. And I actually went out of it again. So do instead of just that. So that's a kind of, we've taken a melodic bend and we've added some of that movement to it, what I'd call a textural bend.
Oh man, how cool was that? So hopefully you're starting to think about how you can use some of these textures to improve your solos. And if you want to see the full guest seminar, as well as other guest seminars from players like Will Wild, Ronnie Shellist, then you can check out the online Harmonica School, which has that plus step-by-step curriculum, feedback on your playing, a community of students to support you, as well as a bunch of other practice resources. So if you want to find out more about that, then just click on the link in the description below, or the little link that pops up here. All right, thank you so much for watching. And if you've enjoyed this video, please, please, please give me a thumbs up by hitting the like button below and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on the weekly harmonica goodies that come your way. And if you really don't want to miss out on those, then hit that little bell icon as well so you get notified when I upload a new video. All right, take it easy. Happy harping.